So back to the drawing board, do a few tweaks to this and wait for prototype number 2 to arrive. Okay, so I got another replacement to replace this with. This is prototype number 2. So I hope this comes out a lot better than my first prototype. My first prototype right here was pretty decent. This is just some improvements. Improvements that are hopefully going to keep the light where it's supposed to be. So let me go ahead and open this up and show you and see how well I did prototype number 2. Open up with scissors here. Let's see here. And I'm going to do it the other way. There we go. Okay. Okay. Thank you for your purchase. Appreciate the repeat business. The wrapped one is the revised. So I got one revised and one not. So this is the revised, and this is a different one, so I'll have to see what that goes with. Okay, so let me go ahead and unwrap this and see how this goes. They kind of did two different versions. One, I guess the hole wasn't big enough, so I had to revise it, and this is it right here. So let's go ahead and see how well it is. This is going to be like little things that are supposed to be on the inside, hopefully to spread out the weight of the screw. So I have two of those, so that should hopefully fit perfectly. It's a little, I might have to revise that a little bit. It doesn't really quite fit in that well enough. So I could either redesign that or just drill it a little bit. But this is a new piece. It looks exactly like the other one. I did have a few round corners on this one. So let me see how well this works. I am going to have a nut that's going to help keep the screw in place instead of having a hole in it, which is supposed to hold the screw in. So let me go ahead and see how well this fits in. This should fit perfectly, hopefully, by design. He said, the person who did this, who printed it out, said it might be a little tight. And yeah, I think I'm seeing that this is a little tight. Let me make sure. So let me see what I could do on this here. Yeah, this is going to be a tight fit, so I might have to go into prototype number 3 and revise it just a tad bit more, just to get that thing perfectly so I could just fall right in there. I don't want to really force it too much in there, if you know what I mean. Let's see here. Yeah, that's going to be a little tight. Let me check this one and see how this one works. He said this one was probably off. Oh nope, that actually fits perfectly on that one. So that works perfectly. I don't know if you can see it, but the nut is going to fit in that little slot right there. What this nut is, it's a M8-125, which perfectly fits this little screw that came with the light. So it fits perfectly in there, which is going to hold the light into place on the aquarium. So let me go ahead and see how well this works. Hopefully I don't need to do any drilling. Let's see here. Oh, no, that's going to fit perfectly in there. Perfect size hole. I might want to like somehow try to see if I can glue that nut in there in place. But other than that, this works perfectly. It's screwing into place. I don't know how far this is going to go in, if it's going to go far enough. It might not go far enough for the glass, which I might need to just go out and buy a screw for that. Although I did print this just to hopefully fit that into there, which should help as well. So I'm going to try this out, see if I can get into my aquariums and go from there. So, okay. So I am going to have to do prototype number 3. He might have confused the two, but this one, which is supposedly the one where the nut wasn't supposed to fit, the nut fits perfectly. Whereas this one right here, it doesn't. So this was supposed to be the revised one, and for some reason the nut doesn't fit in that one. So I'm sure you just wrapped up the wrong one. But the one he didn't wrap up fits perfectly on my 40 gallon. Whereas this one that's supposed to be the one that fits in that does not fit my 40. So I have to figure out the difference between and go from there. Because I could have swore they're about the same in that distance, but apparently they're not. Oh, I see. Okay, I see what I did on that. Because on the new one, I kind of did more of a round eye, so I just need to remove that roundness. That way it'll fit on my 40 gallon perfectly. Not this one. Yeah, this one fits perfectly. I mean, perfectly on my 40 gallon, which I might not even need the screw to screw it in. Whereas on the other gallons, other rims, I will. So that's a matter of just going to prototype number 3 and going from there. But I am probably going to need this kind of little spacer to brace against the glass. I just don't want it to mess with the glass too much. So off to designing number 3. Okay, so I should finally have the final prototype right here. So this should do what hopefully I needed to do. I think this is like the fourth one, maybe the third one, but all I know is I got quite a few here. Basically stuff that didn't quite work. So I'm hoping that this one is going to do what it needs to do to replace this piece, which is what came with the Fluval Nano, which is basically built for a rimless tank, where this is going to allow it to use it on a rimmed tank without any other kind of finagling to do it. So let me go ahead and open this up and see what I got. So I'm hoping that this is the final piece, that I don't have to redesign it, that I don't have to ship it out to get printed again. So let's see what I got here. Open this up carefully here. So basically, the people I went through to actually print it out was through Treat Stock, Silva Technologies, which was an excellent service. I love the way that he conducted his business and helped me out along the way. So definitely, if you want to print this out, I will have this on my Thingiverse account, and you can actually download and print it out as well if you want to. And then hopefully you go through him because he did a great job on this. So let me go ahead and see what I got here. Thank you for your purchase. The same old note. Let's see here what we got. Okay, let's see. Got one labeled bad is workable, just not acceptable. Good is one you paid for. Thanks, Paul. So I guess I have two in here. So let's see what we got here. So I got one and I got two. So let's see how this works out. So I got two here. Hopefully this works. It looks a little bit different than what I had previously, but one is labeled good, one is labeled bad. Okay, this one's the bad one, this one's the good one. So I'm going to set the bad one off to the side, so I might not want to use that one. So let me go ahead and open that good one here and see what it came out to be. Okay, so that is what I have. That fits in there perfectly. Not quite, not as perfect as I hoped it would be. Primarily the screw part is not in there well enough. But other than that, I think it's fine. I just need to see how the nut fits in here. See if that fits. Okay, that fits in there perfectly. So basically what I did on this one is I made a little, on the inside, I put a little spot where you can actually put a nut in there, which allows the thing to be screwed in to attach it to the tank. So I'm going to go ahead and see how well this fits first. I'm going to check it on my 40-gallon breeder to see how it fits in there, so I will be right back on that. Okay, so if I was using this on my 40-gallon breeder, this would fit exactly perfect, except for this little screwing part right in here, which is something else I need to adjust as well. Which it will, if I wanted to, all I have to do is just reconfigure the design and resubmit it out to actually get it printed out again. But in the meantime, I'm also going to check out the bad one and see how that one actually came out, to see if that's more workable than the good one. Let me see what he did on this one. I guess when he was printing them out, he had a little snafu when printing, so but he basically finished the print and gave it to him anyways. Yeah, it's a little rough, but it's definitely not bad at all. Let me see how this looks otherwise. Oh yeah, that's not gonna work at all. So that's a little tight in there, so yeah, that's not workable at all, so I know that for a fact. So all I pretty much have to do is, I could probably sand some of this away to actually make it workable for me. Otherwise, I mean, for the print, I'm probably going to readjust it, primarily because I want a good thing out there to be actually used. But other than that, this is probably going to be workable for me. Like I said, I have to do some work and fix it up a little bit and go from there. I'm going to see how this fits on my 20-gallon, and I'll be right back on that. Okay, so far it still needs some work to be done. Primarily, I mean, this piece, which primarily was to actually pin it to the edge, But this is not going to quite cut it because I made it a little bit too thick. I probably just need a half the size of it and it'll be perfect. So I definitely need to reprint out this side, and while I'm at it, I might as well just reprint this out to my proper spec. So this is not going to be the final prototype. There's still one more printing I need to be done. So we'll be back when that gets done. Okay, so I got another package for this project. This unfortunately is probably going to be my last print, whether it makes it or not. So I will see how that goes. Once I open this up, so far I've been met with failure. My last print was pretty close. Just a few tweaks I could make without getting reprinted. So if this one doesn't work, I'm probably just going to go ahead and stick with that one and get the drill and fix it up so where I can make it work. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up and show you this result. So just open it up, and of course this was done through the same company, which was the Silva Technologies, through treatstock.com. So he's been great when he was doing his prints. So if you ever need some 3D prints and you don't have a printer yourself, check him out on treatstock.com. I will put a link down in the description below for that. And once again, lovely note, appreciate the repeat business. At the same time though, hope this one works perfect for you. So I do run for several people. Okay, so that's great to know. That's a great note. He does do multiple runs if need be. So we'll see how this one goes. Only one print this time, so it looks like it printed out perfectly fine the first time for him. So let me see what I received. Just a matter of just getting this tape off. Feels great. Just a matter of see how it actually fits. And let's see what we received here. Once again, I got the little this little black thing that's going to be a brace for the inside of the tank to keep it in place. Because I know on the 40-gallon breeder, I will not need this because that piece that I designed fits perfectly on there without any budging. But if it on some other rim tanks, you might need something like this piece right here to keep it on. But this piece looks wonderful, looks beautiful. It's just a matter of how it works on functionality. So all I need to do now is pull out the cylinder on the old one and see if this fits in here perfectly or not. So here's what the cylinder looks like. You got the screw part which usually goes in the front, and oh yeah, that fits in there perfectly, so I did a perfect job on that one. The screw will go in there and hold that in place, as well as the functionality of the holder to adjust the height. So let me go ahead and see how this works on the tanks, and I will let you know. Okay, so the good news is that it does fit perfectly, except for one minor issue was apparently the hole on the back, which holds in the screw nut that holds in place, seems a little smaller, a little bit off-centered, which is not too bad. Something that I could easily fix on the design, just by making it a little bit larger. So it's not that big of a deal for me. This one works perfect for me. All I had to do on mine was just get the drill and kind of enlarge the hole a little, and then it fits perfectly. It's holding on to the aquarium nicely. So I'm going to show you that. So this is how it looks on the 20-gallon lung that I have. It fits perfectly. It's nice and snug. It's not going anywhere. So now all I need to do is just get the light connected in there and put, of course, on the right side, and it's going to be perfect. I love this way that this worked, and I got myself a light for this one. So let me go ahead and get the light here and show you how that looks. So this is the stand with the light actually attached to it. As you can see, it fits perfectly on there, and it's a nice perfect fit. It is not going anywhere. It's staying up, and of course the cord does feed through the proper way as the original one would, but this now fits a rim tank as opposed to just rimless. So this works perfectly. Now all I need to do is, of course, set up the light, which I'm going to do another video just specifically for that, and go from there. Anyways, did a great job on this, fortunately. So this is the light, how it's intended to be. I put it in the back. It's kind of right next to the filter. One thing I did have to do, I did have to angle it a little bit. That way I got the light where I needed it to be. What I should have done was I should have probably moved the filter over a little bit. But I think with the angle on that, I think it covers exactly where I want it to be, right in the center. Now this is not fully set up. This is just kind of just hung there, turned on. I haven't done any tweaks to it. So that's one thing I need to do. I do need to set up on the Fluval app, and that way I get it nice and perfect on the way it should be. So overall, that piece it's doing a wonderful job. It's doing what I intended to design for, and hopefully Streetwise will be happy with the design I made for him. Just a matter of just sending it out to him and going from there. So anyways, yep, it works perfectly. So I finally got the design that works, and it fits on there perfectly. It's good. I will put the link to the design down at thingiverse.com. The link will be on the description. So if you need this piece for your Fluval Nano on a rimmed tank, I got the design for you. All you need to do is just either get a 3D printer to print it out, or send it through treatstock.com. They get it printed out by one of the lovely vendors there. I would recommend Silva Technologies. He did a great job on this, and I'm pretty sure if you send it to him, he'll be pretty familiar on it. I mean, you can always leave a comment. Yeah, I got this from the person who designed this. He said I printed it from you. So, and it would be this came out perfectly. A few design problems that I've came across, like the hole that the screw goes in the back. Just needs a little bit enlarged, which I will do before I actually post the design. So hopefully when you do get the design at your place, it'll fit perfectly. Now if it's not, then you might just have to get some drill to actually screw that, a drill to grind off some of the plastic, but that's what I had to do on my design. But my redesign for what I'm going to be posting should fit fine. Now keep in mind, with different printers, different prints, there might be some issues in regard to how it prints out. It might not be consistent, so keep in mind the print that I got works perfectly, and the only change I'm going to do is that little hole in the back, so it should still fit perfectly. Like I said, the print without the print on my 40-gallon breeder, it fits perfectly without the need of the screw. Where my 20-gallon lung, I needed the screw plus a little extension. Though if I did have a longer screw, it probably would be fine as well. There's just a lot of variables I can't account for in the design, so different printers might print out differently. I have different materials, will print it out differently as well. When I print out this, I used PETG, which is PETG. That's the material that I printed on. So when you do print out, keep that in mind as well. Find a material that's going to be aquarium safe. From my knowledge, PETG should be fine, but definitely for your needs, definitely research it yourself and see if that works for you. And as normal, keep researching, keep learning, and if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. Thank you very much.